22 vets a day are committing suicide and taking their own lives.
If we don't do something, then we're going to lose military veterans in Holocaustal numbers.
These men come here in pain, suffering, disillusionment, dejection, depression, anxiety, resignation, defeat, hopelessness, ashamed, a sense of being profoundly broken, with what I like to call a deep-seated sense of a system of false beliefs. This is Sunday, this is day 0. We're just here, okay? This is not a happy snap, this is just where we are, okay? You give me enough time and you're willing to be open, you know, we're gonna get to a solution here. We're gonna get to one very quickly. The question is, how badly do you want to heal? Okay, I need the room quiet. Take a breath. I'm scared. I've done this 50 times. I still get scared on Sunday afternoons.
He lost everything creating Save a Warrior.
He quit grad school and put everything he had into Save a Warrior, and it was going to either make him or break him.
He was determined in 2012 to fix the suicide problem amongst our veteran community.
I could live with my pain before, I couldn't, and I had all kinds of strategies.
He's a wounded healer. He put the program in place to save himself and save others. Really one of the first people I've ever met in my life that practices everything he teaches. Jay Clark saved my life.
And what you're going to see in that film when we unpack it is a classic hero's journey. This is 3 things: separation, initiation, and return with treasure. That's all it is. You know, why wouldn't someone in that much pain kill themselves? I think the reason we want to kill ourselves is in this desperate attempt to feel something because we want to live so badly. We just have so lost our way to feeling what it feels like to live inside of a normal human experience ever again. And when people begin to understand that what we're suffering from is not what they think we're suffering from, they think that we're suffering from what was seen in theater or life on the streets as a first responder, when really there's stuff that happened so long ago that's forcing its way to the top. And once we start working on what we call pre-trauma, the things that happened in our early development, and communalize that grief and process that grief and ritualize that grief, it reframes the other stuff in an instant. And you open up this whole other space to walk through, and it's like releasing 1,000 pounds of shame. And now you're like, wow, I can actually feel my feelings. I can actually be in this experience called life, because if I have to go back to that, I'm not gonna make it.
I know he's hurting. He's hurting bad. And I know it's necessary, because to get to the other side, you got to go through the pain. I want his pain to stop. And only he can do that. I can't take away his pain, but I can be there to listen, and I can be there to support. Even as much pain as he's in, I hope he gets through the other side in the time it's supposed to take, and not later.
As soon as we walk in there, we're already connected. And because they're so sensitive.
We have an equine day, but we don't ride horses. That day is about communication and relationships. And how do we tie that groundwork that we're doing with horses into communication and relationships with each other, with our kids, with our family members, our co-workers.
He took something that's not new, something that society used to do, this idea of tending to the spiritual nature of war. He brought a modern incarnation of a very primitive archetypal approach to healing, personal transformation, and empowerment. And what he did is he brought an educational variety of that kind of a program here to educate veterans about, hey, this is what you're going through, and this is how you achieve that next level of spirituality. And I'm not going to focus with what's broken in your head. I'm going to focus with what's broken in here. Because this isn't healed, it doesn't matter what you do up here.
He needs an inch. He needs that hand. He needs to hold that hand. There it is! Yes! That's it! That is it!
Jake says something like, we don't make miracles, we witness them. And you know, that's what I hope for these guys. I hope that they go home, they repair what they need to repair, and they continue to search for their purpose, because we all have a purpose. These guys have a purpose. They had plans to not be here, and now they have hope to have a better life. I can see it already. Guys look different. They look different, you know? So from day 0 to now, yeah, absolutely, there's a lot going on, and it's all by design. Thank you, Jay Clark.
Jake deserves this award because he's the genius behind the program that's going to end the suffering in the veteran community.
I've never met a man who has been so passionate about one topic in my whole life.
Jake does stuff that other people know is right, but don't want to do.
I'm honored to accept the award on behalf of a lot of people. What that award does for us is it helps us save more lives. It puts more people in the conversation. It puts more warriors in the seats and allows them to have this experience. And on top of that, it just opens up other levels of funding for Save a Warrior. Saw is a solution, a powerful solution. Saw is an answer to a problem that a certain person is carrying. And if it is the answer to that problem, it's the only answer. It's the only thing that's going to solve it for a particular type of person. If you need to sit in that seat, if you really need to sit in that seat, that's the answer. Because that answer is going to give you a profound sense of relief that's going to lead you to the next set of doors that might provide you the cure. And you may be willing to accept the pain of the cure. Saul is the thing that gets you ready for the pain that is to come.